They're witches.
Join the Crow Collective.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
This channel by
She's a
becoming
witch.
a member.
I'm the love witch. I am a witch.
£2.99
I
per month.
am
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Cause she's a witch. I'm the love witch. I am a witch. I am a witch.
I'm a witch.
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, the witch is back. I am back again. Yes, I'm back. Bitch is back. Witch is back. Witch is back. Yes, I'm back. Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to Beyond Authentic. My name is indeed Lisa, and I'm going to be doing you some tarot readings this evening. Good evening, Patricia. I was just about to send you the link across to the Doodah one, across to this live stream. I was just about to send you the link. Do you like my new light? Isn't it gorgeous? Gorgeous. It's a wee gorgeous light, courtesy of that their cheap website that we shouldn't mention because apparently it's not a good website, but it was cheap, so you know it is what it is. Anywho, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the channel. This is Beyond Authentic, where I will be doing some tarot readings, and we do it in a specific way on this here channel. And the way that we do our tarot readings is a little bit different to other channels, different to other people. And the reason for that is that, look, I've been doing tarot for 30 years. Actually, I think it might be more like 31 years, but I've been doing tarot for over 30 years at this point. And I've got to know the cards in a specific way. I've got to know certain readings in a specific form. And basically, all of those years have led me to read the tarot the way that I read the tarot, which is going to be different to the way that you might read it or the way that the books might suggest. But all of that to say that each tarot reader you go to should be a little bit different from every other tarot reader you go to, because we should all be reading from our own experiences with the cards and with different decks. So you should never really get two meanings from two different readers for the same cards. They should be subtly different. Same basic premise, but they should be subtly different. Good evening to Elise. You only have cheap money, so the cheap website suits your pockets. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I would like to be able to pay more money out. I have ordered a sign that says Beyond Authentic. I have ordered it. It is costing more money than I care to think of, and it will go somewhere in the backdrop. Basically, I'm working on sorting out this room at the moment, as has been an ongoing project, and I will rejig things around in the background as well. All of this is going to go from here, and yeah, so when all of that happens, I want to have other bits and pieces. This light I've been after for such a long time, and again, it's like 25 quid, which I know to some people might be nothing. To me, spending £25 on a light is quite a lot. That's a lot of money for something I don't genuinely need. So, and that's like a tarot deck. Patricia, that's a whole tarot deck. Do you know what I mean? That's how I have to think of things. That's half a tarot deck. That's but yeah, so anyway, as I say, I've been reading the cards for 30 odd years, and in that time I have developed my own way. Now, there are some rules on the channel, and I'm going to go through those first. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Oops, I've just realised I muted myself. Don't worry, I do that all the time. Thank you, Patricia. So, as I was saying, there are two ways to get a reading on this channel. The first way is to go ahead and pop the... wait until I open a round. When I do that, that means the round is open. You'll see that 2 messages go in the chat, normally followed by one from Patricia. That is when you put your questions in. Then one of our keeper of the questions will send me a name. So they randomize the name at their end, send me who it is, and then I do the reading for that person. That way it keeps it nice and sort of anonymous from me. I can't be, you know, accused of favoritism or anything like that. So then we are going to open a round. So there you go, the round is officially open. So do go ahead, pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question, and hopefully one of you will be picked, and hopefully it might even be you. Let's find out. You've got 30 seconds. Get your chat in right now. I'm just making sure I've turned off the other video. Yes, I have. So then you've got 30 seconds. Go ahead and do that, and I'll speak to you after this. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Sorry, look at that. There we go. Hopefully you can hear me now. I must stop pressing the mute button. I must do it on a different way. Don't worry, Elise. Elise, don't worry. I honestly I am a professional at the tarot. I'm not a professional at the YouTube, but I am a professional at the tarot. Hello, there we go. I am honestly, I do know what I'm doing. Honest. Sort of. I do. No, I do. I do know what I'm doing. Honestly, I do. Right then, so let's have a wee look. Now, this is telling me I've got 0 viewers watching, and yet I know I've got at least 2 because I'm talking to you. And Holland's here. Hello, Holland. So I know that that's not true. So I know something somewhere is up with the YouTube buttons again, but I'll just going to turn that off so I don't get distracted by it. Right, we're going to use the 5th Spirit deck again tonight. This is my favorite deck, I think, now of all time. It really is. It's such a wonderfully inclusive deck. It includes absolutely everybody, and it has different body types, different races, different genders. There are people with disabilities, there are people of all different body sizes. It's wonderful, and it's also really how can I put it, it's really truthful, and that's the word I'm looking for. It's a bit blunt. It is a bit blunt, but we like it like that. So then, oh, there's a card upside down then. We don't want to get that started. Otherwise I'll be reading cards that aren't yours. We don't want that, do we? Right then, so let's go ahead and cleanse the space and bring in Wispy. So then, Wispy, we've got a reading for Elise tonight, and Elise would like to know a general love reading, please, and if there's any advice in the love sector for Elise. Thank you, Holland, about the light in the background. I've ordered one that says Beyond Authentic. It's going to take a long time. This one cost 25 quid, which I thought was reasonable for it. It's quite a big chunky sign, and it does go. I haven't tried how bright it goes yet. Oh, it goes very bright, or it goes a bit dimmer. I quite like, oh, that's nice actually. I quite like it maybe like that. There we go. What do we think? If it's a full brightness, it takes up the entirety of everything in the back. I'll turn it down a little bit. There we go. I like it like that. I like it like that. Do, 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 do. I like it like that. I know, not me singing and dancing on a live stream. Don't do that, Lisa. Right then, Elise, let's have a look for some love for Elise. That's what we're looking for. What's happening in the love life? What's happening in your love corner? In the love shack, it's a little old place where we can get together. Isn't it weird that was the first thing when we talk about all the love songs in the world? Love Shack Baby, Love Shack Baby, Love Shack is the first one that jumped into my head. I don't know what that says about the song or what that says about me. So the pen of tentacles. Honestly, this is just coffee. Look, there's no vodka in this. It's just coffee. The Pen of Tentacles. The King of Pentacles is what I'm trying to say. Is in your where you are right now. Now this is reverse. So what this will tell me, my darling, is that the King energy isn't around you at the moment. Oh, where we've got the page, and however, we've got another King. Oh my lordy, what is going on? So the King of Pentacles. Pentacles is work, career, finances, or the amount of effort involved in a situation. Okay, the Pentacles relates to earth energy, so it's very much that heavy growth kind of earthy, musty kind of energy that Pentacles brings. The King of Pentacles, this is the one that for me, the King is in his counting house counting all his money. This is the, oh look how lovely I am, I've got a golden lined coat and a cravat, and look at this, I'm just holding up this wonderful gold coin and I'm so rich. I'm using these other massive gold coins as trays, and look, I've got these others. Oh, look at this. It's all just super wealthy. I'm so wealthy. Look, I've even used a couple on the floor because I don't need them. I'm just so wealthy. Yeah. Or we'll give the used plates to the poor. It's that energy, right? This king is not it's not a good energy around this king, right? So whoever this person is in your love life area, whoever this king is, that they are very much about material things, and it's almost like this king is very absent, right? Very absent king. So I don't know whether that means that there's somebody that you are connected with, thank you Patricia, that is out of the picture, but it feels very much like this king is just in it for money, excuse me, cannot be bothered putting the effort in, right? So if that's in terms of a relationship, cannot be bothered for putting the effort in. You know, this is someone who go, oh, was it Valentine's Day? Oh well, I thought about you, I sent you a text, what more did you want? You know what I mean? It's that vibe. In the what you need to know, we've got the Page of Pentacles. Now interestingly, because both of these are reversed and both of them are pentacles, it feels like this is absolutely connected, right? This king is acting like a bloody child, right? The page is youthful energy. Knights are teenage energy. Pages are childlike energy, or in this case, childish. This is somebody throwing their toys out of the pram. This is someone spitting the dummy out and losing the baby, whatever they say it is. You know what I mean? Kick the baby out with the dishwater. What's the saying? Something like that. You know what I'm trying to say, right? They are not, they're so childish, they can't even put minimal effort into something. This Page of Pentacles, right? Pages are very youthful. Childish energy is, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, you can't have it, it's mine. This is not a sharing card. This is not a caring card. This is someone who is very, very selfish, only on their own out for what they can get on their own means. Now, if this is somebody you're in a relationship with, it wouldn't surprise me if this is someone that used you as a booty call, or, you know, turned up at your place when they need something, stayed for a couple of days, and then you never saw them again for 6 weeks. Do you know what I mean? It's that vibe. It's not good. This is the ultimate, like, I often I often talk about wands as being like the 10 of wands being arrogant. It's often that. This is that energy. This is giving arrogance, right? And then we've got, in the future, we've got the king of wands. This king is not good for you. Elise, what are you doing with this king? You need to trade the king in. Get yourself a lovely queen. Get yourself a knight. Younger model. Get yourself get yourself a lovely toy from Ann Summers or the lovehoney.com. Get yourself anything other than this king. This king is not good news, because look my darling, I know the colors are a bit off because I've got the pink lights on, but look at the red flag. Look at the red flag, right? Red flag warning. Red warning. Look, red flag, red warning. This is me doing it with the buttons, by the way. But this king is not good for you, right? Even if this card didn't come up, this king is not a good king, right? It's not going to treat you like a queen. Cannot be asked. Is too busy thinking of their own needs. Really selfish, childlike energy that comes in with what you need to know. And then we've got this ridiculously bad energy that comes in on top. So when they are coming back in, it feels like they will pop back in your life, and they will pop back in your life to kind of get, maybe it is a booty call, maybe it is something like that, but it's red flag energy. My darling, the advice from these cards, literally, this is saying get shot, right? This is saying get shot. Well, it's not. Let me say it's not. It's not. That is a complete blatant lie. The cards are not saying get shot. Lisa is saying get shot. The cards are saying this king is toxic AF, right? Toxic as all hell. This is a king that does not care. There is not a cup card here. This king energy, the energy that's here, is reversed and negative and childish and all about the king's needs. And then the king comes in with the red card. That red card absolutely 100% is coming in and basically saying, do you know what? I want what I want, and screw you. And maybe screwing you is exactly what the king wants. But this king, I can't, listen, you make all your own decisions about your own life, right? Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. I cannot stress how much my alarm bells are going off with this king. If I still had a button that flashed up on screen, I'm working on it, then I would absolutely. But this is red alert situation. Okay, this is absolutely red alert situation. This king is not good. I understand that for a lot of us, relationships are difficult, okay? And I understand that for a lot of people, being with a bad partner seems better than being alone. But in this case, my darling, absolutely, I would say you are better off with, you're better off single with a friendly toy in your bedside drawer that goes buzz buzz. Do you know what I mean? You are better off in that situation than you are with this toxic king. This is not good energy. Hopefully that helps, my darling. I really do hope that helps. And thank you very much for your question. Donna has sent through a $1 donation, so thank you very much for that, Donna. Tropped over my word. I tropped over my words. Yes. Good Lord, Lisa. You just would not think that I am able to speak, would you? You would not think that I come from a radio background and everything, and I've been doing this live stream for years. I tropped over my words. Donna has sent $1. It's Donna's dollar. And we holler at Donna's dollar. Holler. That is a, oh my God, winner chicken dinner, holler. Who was that? That is Teddy. I can't remember. He was a wrestling manager from like back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s. Terry Funk. No, it wasn't. Someone else. Anyway, holla holla. We holla holla at Donna's dollar dollar. So thanks for the smiles in the chat. I don't know who's sending that, but yay. Elise, absolutely no problem at all, my darling. Absolutely no problem at all. Donna, do you have a question? Donna, or was it just a donation that you're sending in for the charitable causes that we also raise a bit of money for here? Let me know, Donna, if you've got a question. If not, I will open up to another round. Ellis, you were just having this conversation the other night. You are always better off pursuing happiness alone than maintaining a toxic relationship out of fear of loneliness. 100%. Good evening, Lynette. 100%. Donna, I've got your question there. Will you and Leo be together romantically? Let's... I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. Actually, I do know what's wrong with me. I do know what's wrong with me. I went to Slimming World today and I lost £5.5 this last week. £5.5. I know, I had to pay £5.95 on membership. That's what it was. No, £5.5 I lost in weight this week. So I am feeling over the moon, and I got Slimmer of the Week this week. So yay to me for not being so much of a fat cow this week. But anyway, that's why I'm a bit giddy. I know, right? It's not. Those of you that know me know this is just my normal 24/7, but I've got an excuse. The excuse is Slimming World. Anyway, Donna, let's see whether you and Leo are going to be together romantically. Let's have a look at the cards for you, my darling. So let's see where we are going. Thank you. Let's see where we are going. I need to, what am I doing? Press the blooming picture cap button. There we go. So we're swapping the camera over. Wispy once again. Come on then, let's see, Wispy. Are Donna and Leo going to be together? Listen, Donna, if it's Leo DiCaprio, if you're over 25, the answer is no. You've already missed it. You've already missed Leo DiCaprio. I know, I was heartbroken too. I messaged Leo and he was like, oh my God, Lisa, you're so attractive. Why do I put those cards in the wrong way around? Look at that. Lisa, you're so attractive. I would love to have a relationship with you, except you are with Rufus and happy with your husband, but also, unfortunately, you are over 25. That was the only reason me and Leo DiCaprio didn't get together. That is the only reason, honest. Yeah, right. But let's see. Let's see about your Leo. Right, Wispy, I'm talking nonsense, Wispy. Come and save me. Come and save me. So, Wispy, we've got... He's not your type. It's not my type. He's a bit... I don't know. You know, in the film The Great Gatsby, right? There's a bit about that film, that and the Wolf of Wall Street character. I think that was him. It just feels like that's him. Do you know what I mean? It feels like he really is a bit of a underhand dealing, kind of money grabbing... I don't know. Honestly, Leo, if you're watching this, I'll go on a date with you and give me some signed stuff and some free Hollywood tickets and fly me to your mansion and all of that. In fact, Leo, fly me and Rufus to your mansion. I will be your, what's the word they used to use? I'll be your concubine, but not in a naughty way. I will just come and floats around on a chaise longue in your mansion. That'd be lovely. Thank you, Leo. But no, he looks a bit... Do you know what? If I say he looks like a used car salesman from the 80s, do you know what I mean by that? Or like an insurance salesman that used to go door to door. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's just that, oh, I don't really want to put a policy in. No, I don't know. There's just something about him gives me the ick. Anyway, right, let's do proper cards now, Wispy. So, Wispy, Donna M wants to know what is the future for her and Leo. Right. Let's do some actual shuffling where I'm not talking nonsense about Hollywood stars. I know, right? I know. Oh, here we go. What was the last... Put in the chat, what was the last good Leonardo DiCaprio film that anybody watched? I think mine was Romeo and Juliet. I loved that one. Your type is Johnny Depp. I like Johnny Depp. He's got that bad boy vibe, isn't he? He's got that bad boy vibe, even though he's a really soft-hearted. He gives me the vibe. He looks like he's a bad boy, but he's got the character of the Cowardly Lion, with a bit of scarecrow in him. He looks so... He's so lovely. I really liked him. Anyhow, let's have a look. We're doing your drop. Come on, cards. Are we doing a drop? Yes, we are. So then, are you and Leo going to be together romantically? We go with where you are right now. So what's the situation as we go? Ooh, justice reversed. Interesting. So justice, a lot of people see justice as being like just about the law. And it could be. If there's some sort of lawsuit, if there's some sort of contract here or anything like that, could be about that. But for me, for me, it's talking more about there being an injustice there somewhere. So it's almost like, I don't know whether this is almost like where the two of you are ships passing in the night. Do you know what I mean? It's like me and Rufus, for years, we lived in the same towns and cities, except not at the same time. So he would talk about going to a nightclub and then mention the name of that nightclub, and I'd go, oh, I used to work there. And then he'd talk about going to somewhere else, and I'd go, oh, I used to work there as well. And then he moved from that city to Leeds, and he moved to Leeds when I'd moved away. And so that then was like a passing ships. And then like his old best friend that unfortunately passed away is the brother of somebody I went to school with. So for years he was talking about this person, and eventually he said, oh, and their sister named ... And I went, oh, hang on. I know a ... that had a brother called blah blah. Did they live so and so? And he went, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I went to school with her. I know him. What? And it was just the strangest coincidence, right? So sometimes this injustice can be talking about this universal justice thing, where it's like you haven't quite been on at the same point in your lives, right? So it could also be that there is some sort of legal element that is going on between you and Leo. So he could have a divorce he needs to finalize, or some sort of something that is blocking the energy at the moment. Because this justice card, if it was the other way up, it would be talking about, let's just, waiting for the divorce to come through. This way up, it could be he's waiting for the divorce because his ex-wife is being a complete cowbag. Or it could be because he was a git, and for him, he hasn't finished the paperwork or whatever it is. I don't know what you do when you get divorced. You know what I mean? So there's something here that is holding him back from a legal perspective from being fully present with you at the moment. What you need to know then, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, keep working at it. Keep working at it. It could also mean that for Leo, that he is so complicated, Jesus wept, so concentrated on work. He's like, work. I know, like the Rihanna song, work. I'm trying to twerk in my chair. It's not happening. Also, I've got a nothing bottom. My bottom, I just go back legs. There's no bottom, so I can't do the twerking thing. I wasn't blessed with a behind, is what I'm basically saying. But anyway, enough about that. You don't need to know about that. Oh, reminder, Lisa, when you've had a good result with Slimming World, it leaves you a bit giddy and you end up talking about your own bottom. Let's not do that on a live stream. Thank you very much. But no, this is talking about there being a lot of work, a lot of, almost a lot of, how can I say it? A lot of energy being extolled. So there's some sort of, this could be a contract thing. It could be a work contract thing that he's absolutely flat out doing at the moment, right? If it is some kind of divorce, then it feels like he's trying to get through it, but there's some sort of blockage. We'll see. The third card will reveal. Ooh, Temperance. Ooh. Okay. So, things to note. There are no love cards here. There are no cup cards. There is nothing here that is... There are no fire cards. So there's no like lusty, ooh la la, thank you very much type cards here. However, Temperance is talking about finding a way to compromise, finding a way to kind of go down a middle route so that you are able to, maybe... How can I put it? It might be that what you want from Leo can't happen the way you want it, right? So at the moment, it could be that he is somehow waiting for a divorce or waiting for some kind of contract, somehow to free him up, right? And it may well be that what you want is to be with him all the time, but that can't happen yet because whatever reason. And this card is then talking about maybe to compromise what you need. What I wouldn't compromise on is being the other person in a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like being the mistress, or being the, you know, the other woman, or things like that. That in a situation where someone is going through a divorce, that's different. In a situation where somebody is with their partner, to be the booty call is not good. I don't think that's what this is referencing, right? When I say compromise, it's not like go, oh, well, I'll put up with you only coming over at 3 a.m., you know, for a quick wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and then, you know, I won't see you for a couple of days. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the idea that maybe if this is work related, maybe he can't be with you, living with you, or propose to you at the moment, because maybe he lives in, or he needs to, you know, spend time in another town or another city. Maybe he's busy doing other things. Maybe at the moment he's working flat out on his business, and he's got this legal thing tied in with a business. Maybe that is something that he needs to concentrate on. So again, the compromise would be maybe for you, not to get the type of relationship that you really want, but to be with him while he's working through the kinks, if you like, while he's working through the contracts. So hopefully that makes sense, right? It doesn't feel as if there is anything here in the immediate, but Wispy, I'm going to ask, right? I'm going to pull a card from the middle, and I'm going to ask, what is the outlook further away? What is the overall outlook? Is this something where, not just in the immediate, is this something where you can see these two people being together romantically? Is there something where they can actually, whatever the issues are stopping them right now, might be resolved? That's what we want to know, Wispy. Okay, I'm going to pull that one. Is that one single card? Yep. And this is, oh, 5 of Pentacles. A milestone card. I think it's going to take time, my darling. I think it's going to take time. It may well be that this is going to be something that is a work in progress for a long time. Again, it's a Pentacles. It's a work ethic, money, finances card. It isn't anything to do with romance. Isn't to do with confidence. It isn't to do with any of those things. So again, maybe, my darling, if you are looking for a particular type of romantic relationship, maybe this isn't the person for you to be looking at, if that makes sense. Maybe this is not the one for you in that way, okay? But again, if this compromise is something you can do, whatever it is you need to compromise over, if that is something that you can get behind, and maybe only have a long distance relationship or whatever else it could be that you need to compromise on, then maybe that's the thing. Hopefully that helps, my darling, but thank you ever so much for your question, and yeah, I hope that helps. Right, let me have a wee look in the chat. Blake 7. Oh, people are talking about Paul Darrow from Blake 7. I met him? I might have met him. Avon. Yeah, I was about to say, is that Avon? Was he a bad guy? No, the bad guy was that woman, wasn't she? He was, hang on, Blake was Gareth, what's his face, Hughes, I think. And Avon, was Avon a bit not, was he like a Spock type character, but maybe a bit dark? I vaguely remember the character. I've seen Blake 7, but not for a long time. It was on repeat on BBC 2. At the same time, in the same slots as Doctor Who used to be, the Doctor Who reruns that I remember watching as a kid. Anyway, what else have we got? Your other heartthrob was David Bowie, Sarah. David Bowie's good. In Labyrinth, I wonder why. Was it anything to do with a codpiece, perhaps? And in those, you know, where he's walking, and he's walking on the staircase, and Sarah's there, and she's like, oh, I'm in my dress and I'm all floaty and girly and I'm trying to run and the baby's crawling and going upside down. And there's that shot where David Bowie goes whoop like that. I literally, that's him walking, by the way, everybody. Don't get ideas. He does. Where's Agatha? Hang on. Let me show you with Agatha. I've got a little Lego Agatha from Agatha all along. So he's walking upside down and there's a thing and he goes like that and then carries on walking that way. So he literally walks upside down and then does that and walks across. There's a couple of shots in there where it's just his codpiece. Like, you can't see anything apart from the man's groin. And it's like, I swear down, right? I might be misremembering because it's been a couple of years since I've seen Labyrinth. I tend to watch Neverending Story at least once a year and Dark Crystal at least once a year. Labyrinth about every 2 years. But I swear down, there is a moment where the codpiece walks into shot about 3 seconds before David Bowie actually gets there. I'm not lying. It's bonkers film. But yeah, I can see why you'd like him in that. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers in The Tudors. Oh, I can see that. Oh, you've got a type, haven't you, Sarah? Skinny. I bet you like David Tennant as well. Skinny boy, tall skinny boys. Who else have we got being mentioned in the chat? Oh, I like this. This is fun. The Dark Brooding one. Yes, that was him then. That makes sense, Donna. No problem. It does help. Oh, thank you, my darling. A very dark character. Yes, that's very much who I was thinking of. There are some spots where you're talking about where you can only see his manhood. That's the one. How you turn my world, you precious thing. Is that the lyric? Yeah, that's the one. All I remember is being lost, babies cry, and something else. And he does the thing with the floating crystal ball, which is amazing. I've seen people do that in real life. It's such an amazing thing. Such an amazing. Oh, I want to go and watch Labyrinth now. I know they're doing a remake. I know that. Oh, I don't think I like that. Labyrinth. It's Labyrinth where you've got the little caterpillar that goes, hello. And he says, oh, I thought you said, did you say hello? And the caterpillar goes, no, I said hello. Love that. Oh, got proper. I'm going to have to watch the Labyrinth. I'm just going back to see who else other people think is cute. You're having an off day, Ninette. Holland, in that case, my darling, just get through. If you need to get off on the stream, get off of the stream. Don't worry about it. You like Catch Me If You Can. Is that the one where he's oh no, that's Jason. That's Jason Bourne character. What's his name? That's oh my god, I've completely blanked. But Matt. Oh, all I can think of is Matt Berry, and it's not Matt Berry. Oh my god, Matt Damon. I'm thinking of in the film where he played all the different characters. I thought Catch Me If You Can. Is that Leo, where he's the guy that was the flight attendant, and then he was like someone else, or a pilot, then he was someone else, then he was someone else. I can't remember. I can see the intro in my head because it's got that 60s kind of almost professionals stroke persuaders type introduction. Anyway, let's get off the subject because I'm getting very, very, very distracted, which, you know, is very unlike me. You do not want Labyrinth to be remade. They're also remaking another movie, Lost Boys. Yeah, but listen, it's easy, right? I am a massive, massive, massive horror fan, as you all know. I've got the box just there from Hellraiser, and obviously Neil's zine is there. I adore my horror films. You all know that. They remade Friday the 13th. Oh my God, that was terrible. They remade what was the other one they remade? They've remade or redone prequels to the Halloween films. They were good, but over the years they remake and redo things, right? There are sequels to Lost Boys that are so terrible, so terrible, that you can ignore them. And the thing about films, right, it's a bit like the Crow sequel and the Craft sequel. I've seen The Craft. I haven't seen The Crow. The Craft sequel is diabolical. It's a horrendously bad film. So don't watch it. Just watch the original. The same with The Crow. I love The Crow. There are sequels to The Crow. I choose not to watch them. They aren't very good. And so I choose that they're not part of my headcanon. My headcanon is that it's just that one film. So in the same way, if they do remake Lost Boys, bearing in mind there was already a Lost Boys 2 and 3, and what's his name, Schumacher was going to do a Lost Girls film, whatever they do with it, right? If they remake it, if you don't like it, just don't watch it. Just watch the original. Like, stream the original again. Buy the original on DVD and Blu-ray and do those things. You really don't have to... don't put the lyrics in, Sarah. You know I'm going to try singing it. Catch You If You Can is the one where he's underage, tells people he's older, gets all these different... Yes, that's the one. He plays an airline pilot. Yeah. Didn't like the real life guy get away with it as well? Is he the one that was chased by an FBI agent? I think that's the film I'm thinking. Again, I want to go and watch that now as well. Slap that baby, make him free. The scary bit in that film is when they're falling and you've got all the hands come out of the rock thing. I don't like that. Yeah, but anyway. Right, anyway, enough talking about Labyrinth and other films of the ilk, because you'll get me on to Never Ending Story and then I'll never end. You know, I never ever will. Yes, he got away with it for a long time, Nanette. Yes, he did. And he did a lot of the American chat shows and things, didn't he? Yeah, where they were like, how did you have the confidence to do that? And he was like, I don't know, I just did it. People let me get away with it. Because wasn't it that he wanted to get flight attendants or something? He wanted to get like the stewards, the stewardesses, sorry. He fancied them. So he was like, I'll pretend to be a pilot. Something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, let's not... Yeah, I'm getting... I should never mention... This is my fault for talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. You're mad on it due to your name also being Sarah. I can understand why. It's not just David Bowie's... I nearly said COCK piece. COD. YouTube COD piece. YouTube COD piece. Anyway, on that note, let's open a round. Nearly get myself into trouble there. Right then, so we're going to open a round. So the round is open. If you would like a tarot reading, please do the YouTubey things before you do, actually. Hit that like button and give it a thumbs up. That helps me out. Really does help me out, right? Really does. We're trying to get 1,500 subscribers, right? It's for the last 6 or 7 months. We have been struggling to get over 1,400, right? Struggling to get over 1,400. We're just there and we keep getting put back. So we are trying to get to 1,500 subscribers. So if you give this a thumbs up, it helps YouTube to know that this is a channel that people like, right? It really does. Likewise, if you comment on the videos afterwards, if you comment on the videos that I upload and all the rest of it, it helps YouTube. If you watch the videos, it helps YouTube recognize this is a channel to get behind. So it really, I know I say it every time, subscribe and hit the like button, all of that. It really does help. Holland, you are bonkers. You could have just sent me a question and I would have, done it for you, but thank you very much for your donation. Holland has sent a donation in, so I'm going to do Holland a question. So your question that I can't put into I can't pin it, unfortunately, because YouTube is daft. Your question is, you've been having an intrusive thought that's threatening to become an action. Should you? Okay, let's have a look then. Let's have a look. And I'm bumping you to a full reading, Holland. So just because as a mod and as a friend, you should never pay for readings, but thank you very much for sending the donation to the channel. So I'm going to do your one next. Everybody, if you are not Holland, go ahead and get ready. After Holland's reading, I will open up another round. So get ready for that. But this is going to be a longer reading for Holland. Okay, so then Holland, let's have a look. Oh, Sarah, you were 14 when Labyrinth came out. Almost perfect age. Almost a perfect age for it. Right then, so let's do the cleansing. And let's bring in Wispy. So then, Wispy, Holland would like to know, they've been having an intrusive thought that's threatening to become an action. An intrusive thought that's threatening to become an action. So in that case, should they do it? Should they do this in whatever this intrusive thought is? Should they do it? Let's have a look. Okay, we're gonna do. I was gonna do you a 7 card, but as I'm shuffling and thinking 7 card, for some reason, Wispy is kind of going. Nope, we'll do it. We're doing a horseshoe. Sorry, not a horseshoe. We're doing a triangle. Okay, so inverted triangle, Wispy. That's what we're doing, and we're not going into the intrusive thought. We're just going into should Holland follow the intrusive thought if it's threatening to become an action. There we go. Oh. There we go. Right then, so let's have a look. So we're doing situation, obstacle, and how to overcome the obstacle. Okay, so situation, Knight of Cups, the obstacle, the Emperor, how to overcome the situation, the Hanged One. Emperor and Hanged One are reversed. Connecting the Knight to the Emperor, we have Strength. Connecting the Emperor to the Hanged One, we have the Ace of Cups. And between Strength and Ace of Cups, we have Queen of Pentacles. Ace and Queen are reversed. Okay. Okay. So the situation, the Knight of Cups, this is youthful energy. Okay, so this is rebellious teenage energy. This is the intrusive thought energy wrapped up in a bow. Because the Knights are literally, they are like the poster child for intrusive thoughts. They are the ones who don't care about the repercussions of their actions, right? Knights are the ones who are literally, they are the ones that are like, go ahead, I'm going to do this, I'm just going to get through, I'm just going to go and do it, right? Knights are the ones who really don't care. Good night, Nanette, I hope you're better soon, my darling. Knights are the ones who just act on their feelings, right? And act on impulse. This Knight is all in their feelings, right? The Knight is all in their emotions. If you've got an intrusive thought that is coming into play and is based on your emotional state, how you are feeling, right? Be aware that sometimes we act on our feelings instead of acting on our thoughts, if that makes sense. Sometimes we can jump to conclusions that aren't necessarily true, but we can also just kind of, how can I put this? We can act without thinking, which is what the Knights are all about. And the fact that this Knight energy has come up in a situation position, and that situation is your intrusive thoughts, this instantly is saying that if this was any other card apart from a knight, it would be saying, okay, these thoughts have got some doodah to it, they've got some weight to it, maybe consider this, consider that. This is really saying, look, it's almost like, this is only an intrusive thought, this is just something that you need to not act on in the moment, and that is why this is coming up, because this is saying, it's like me if I have sugary food around me, right? It can be Slimming World approved sugary food, the Slimming World hi-fi bars. I cannot open a packet because I will eat the whole packet. I don't intend to, but I will do it. It's the same way that an alcoholic cannot have a single shot of vodka, because then the bottle is gone and they're on to bottle 7 before you know it. It's that same thing. This is here because it's literally, you almost know that this is something that is going to come and bite you on the ass, but in the moment you're going to do it anyway. The Emperor being the obstacle. So the Emperor could be a partner, it could be a boss, right? It's that high of an energy. The Emperor is reversed, so this is definitely whatever the obstacle to this action is, to this situation. It almost feels like if you've got an angel on your shoulder and a devil on your shoulder, this Emperor is acting as that devil on your shoulder. It's like, what the Emperor in your life, what that Emperor energy would say, what would happen. This is actually the repercussions of the Knight, right? So the Knight is almost the angel. Go on, go and do that, go and do that. Go and eat that hi-fi bar. It's all right, one won't help. You can have one, don't worry about it, it's on plan. Oh, well, actually, seeing as you've had one, you might as well have 2, because 2 are your healthy extra B. Oh, well, you've had 2, well, that's your healthy extra B, so you're allowed that. But you can have the other, you can have another one as sins. That's only 3.5 sins. Oh, well, now you've had 3, you've had half the packet. So if you have another bar, then it saves you 2 for tomorrow for your healthy extra. So that's only 7 sins. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. You can have that. That's fine, says the Night energy. And then it's like, well, you've had 4 of the bars. You might as well have the other 2 now, and in that way you're not going to think about it tomorrow. So before I even know, all 6 of those bars have been eaten. All of the sin values and whatever else, all of the sugar's gone into my system, and I was only intending to have that 1 bar. This Emperor is the voice that stops me doing that now. I do not want to lose my foot to diabetes. I came very close. I do not want to lose my foot to diabetes. I do not want to lose my vision in my right eye to diabetes. This is your Emperor. This is your devil on your shoulder saying, are you sure? Think about this. These are the repercussions. This is what's going to happen. And the fact that it's reversed, Holland, I think whatever this was, that if you ask this amongst your friends, or if you asked it in the mod chat, full well that everybody would be saying, oh, I don't think that's a good idea, but you do you and we'll support you either way. But you know what? How to overcome is wait. You're not going to want to wait. The Hanged One is just wait. Keep waiting. You are not going to want to wait. You are not going to want to. This Knight does not like waiting. Knights are all about doing things now, doing things on the go. They've got bloody roller skates on, for God's sake. Do you know what I mean? This Knight is not about waiting. Their roller boots are on. They are going on a roller disco down that hill. They do not care. They want to go now. They want to do it. That intrusive thought comes in, they want to act on it. This is saying the way you defeat it is just by saying, do you know what? I'm not going to do that today. That intrusive thought, whatever it is, opening that packet of hi-fi bars, I'm not going to do that today. I might do it tomorrow. I'm not going to do it today. Just get today out the way, and then I'll see how I am. And then tomorrow comes and you wake up and you say, I'm not going to do that today. And you keep doing that. Right? That's what this is saying. You're not going to want to. You are going to want in every fiber of your body at the moment, this Night energy is in control. Right? This is the addictive energy. This is the intrusive thought in your head. Right? And they are pernicious. I love that word. They are icky. They are like weeds, and like they bury into places and hide. They're like HIV or cancer, where you think you've got rid of it, but then it's lying dormant in amongst your DNA, or in amongst an organ somewhere, where you've had all your cancer treatment and you're absolutely fine and everything's gone, and then there's just this little tiny bit that's stuck, and it's there and nobody can see it, and it's like, do you know what? One day I'll get you, gadget, and it stays there. This is you fighting that, right? You just need to keep fighting. Not today, Jesus, not today, Satan, not today, Methuselah, whoever it is that you are not todaying, right? Not today, intrusive thought. Nope, not today. And keep doing that, right? It's really difficult. It is really, really hard. Treat this intrusive thought like an addiction, right? If you were an alcoholic, you would literally say, nope, not today. I'm not going to have that drink today. As much as the idea of having a drink is really good at this moment, I know that if I have one is always too many. The bottle is never enough. And it's that intrusive thought is coming in that same zone, right? So how you overcome it is you just have to be patient and just say, not today. I'm just going to sacrifice that need, that want, that desire. I'm sacrificing that for today. Tomorrow I'll think about it. And then tomorrow comes and you have to say, not today. A series of not todays, and before you know it, you're 3 years down the line. Do you know what I mean? Linking the Knight and the Emperor, though, we've got strength. This is not a little thing. Whatever this intrusive thought is, it's buried and it's got its roots in. And that's something that you need to be super, super mindful of, because what it can do is it can, again, like those cancer cells where everything else is gone, they're just there and just waiting for the opportunity, or a little bit like an alien species somehow, right? That's there, it's buried under its skin, it's just waiting to reproduce. It's like that. This strength card, you are going to need all your strength. You really are, Holland. You're going to need all your strength to keep this, whatever this is, at bay. And I don't know what this thought is, but if it is something that you can find a support group for, if there is a support group, go. If not, like I've heard people say that if they can't get to a Gamblers Anonymous group, they will go to an Alcoholics Anonymous group, because the addiction is different, but the group setting is the same, if that makes sense. But just, you've got this inner strength, right? You have that inner strength. As strong as this is, the fact you haven't acted on this intrusive thought is a really positive one, right? So just keep that in mind. The Ace of Cups, this is not a time to start a new project. This is not a time to start something. This is not a time for you to jump in, no matter how much your heart is saying it. If it was this way up, then it could be, do you know what, whatever this intrusive thought is, it might actually have some validity. But no, this is saying it's not the time. It's not the time. Just wait. The Hanged One, just wait. Patience, patience, patience. This is not the moment to start whatever it is. If it's an intrusive thought, you can always write it down. If it's an intrusive thought that is saying something along the lines of get another job, you know, go and do whatever, you know, it could be, it could be, right? For instance, it could be get another job, or start drinking, or get another partner, or, you know, let's spend all the holiday money I've saved, whatever it is, right? Write down the pros and cons, write them down, work out, if you were to actually do this, what are the repercussions? What would actually happen? What is likely? But also, if it is something that goes from being an intrusive thought to actually, do you know what? Actually, this might have legs. This might be something I'm into. This might be something. Then plan it, right? Take the time, long term, plan it. How are you going to do this in a way that causes you least harm? If that is, you know, again, for an alcoholic, it can't be done. For somebody that might be wanting to start a new relationship, or start a new job, or start a new project somehow. If that is something that is doable, even though it might be a really stupid thing to do in the immediate, plan it. Okay, so I've only been at this job for a year, but actually I'm going to apply to these 7 other jobs in this other thing, and I'm looking at that, or I'm going to move, and plan it out. Have it be a thought, have it be something that becomes a thought out process of how you get from A to Z. Don't jump in, and whatever you do, this is not the time to take action. This Ace of Cups is not the time to take action. This is acting on your emotional self, not having it planned out. Okay, there is a chance that at some point in 3 or 4 or 5 years time, me and Rufus are going to have to move nearer to his family for health reasons, and so that is now being floated and talked about, and how would that work and what would we do. What we're not doing is going down south and looking at houses now. Do you know what I mean? We are thinking, how could this manifest? What could this look like? What would we need to do? What time scales are we looking at? All of those things before any of that takes action. Okay, so you need to do the same thing. If this is something that turns out isn't just an intrusive thought, it's actually a bloody good idea for you and is right for you, plan it, work it out, work it through. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, if it's career related, then what does that mean for you? Is it something that you are going to need training for? Is it something that you are going to need, are you applying for the same job in another town or another city or another area? Is it something that, are you, if it's an intrusive thought that says you want to burn down the building, don't do it. But if it's an intrusive thought that says, actually, do you know what? My boss doesn't know what the hell they are doing. They do not have a flipping clue what they are doing, and I need to replace them, and I would be so much better in that position. How do you do that? Put a plan in place, work it out, work it through. What qualifications would you need to do that job? Who do you need to speak to? What wheels do you need to grease? This is not the time to act on that impulse, right? This is not the time to act on that impulse. This is the time for you to pause and wait and think and let clearer heads kind of there's a phrase and I can't get it, but you need to think on it with a clear head without that emotional. So write it, plan it. If this is something you want to do, whatever it is career wise, whatever that is, if it's completely 180ing your career, that's great. How do you do it? How do you give yourself the best option of 180ing your career in the long term that is going to work, right? It might be that you hate what you're doing at work right now. You absolutely loathe it with every passion. But if it's paying the bills and doing all of that, are you better to carry on for 3 months doing what you're doing to get to a point where you've applied for 15 other jobs and you've got some interviews lined up and blah, blah, blah? Is that better? Or do you need to go, sod it, I'm off now? That's the question. And then right at the bottom of it, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, right? This Queen of Pentacles, the root of all of this, right? There's a financial route and there is a nurturing route, right? So this is that card that you need to try and work out. Are you nurturing yourself or are you doing something for the money? Because the fact that this is reversed, whatever this is, right, whatever this Knight of Cups is talking about, it almost feels like this is an emotional shift rather than a logical one. And this Queen of Pentacles is perhaps backing that up, because it's almost like you don't, come on, Whisper, give me that again. It's like, okay, how can I put it? It's like if I ever needed to go back to a call centre, I mean, I can't because I'm physically unable to do it. But if it wasn't for the fibro and my brain being completely mashed and my body being completely mashed, if I was physically healthy, right, I could go and work in a call centre. I would hate it with every fibre in my body, but I would be able to go and work in a call centre. I've got a lot of call centre and management background in that field, right? I would be able to go and walk into a job in a call centre fairly simply. It's just that obviously I don't know how I am from 1 hour to the next, let alone one day to the next, as to whether or not I can even stay awake, let alone be in a job, which is soul destroying sometimes. But anyway, for me, it's something I could do, could earn a bucket load of money in, but would destroy my soul. This Queen of Pentacles reversed is that, right? It's saying whatever this is, it's like, it's something that either, it's something that is I can go and do that, and that feels really interesting, and that feels, it would hit an emotional point for you somehow. However, every other card is saying this is not the time to do it. Every other card is suggesting, do you know what? This is not the moment to make that shift. Give it a thought. If this is, as I say, moving to another town, that other town might not be right for you. That other position might not be right for you. Whatever it is, it's like, you know, I've said it many a time. Where's the other one? You know, many a time. Oh, hang on. There's comments. It's a perfect job opportunity in a place you've already worked at and bloody hated it. But everyone who was there then is gone now. You may just be trying to exercise an emotional demon, possibly. Salary would be quite a bit higher. Now, interesting that you said about excising a demon. The Queen of Pentacles, this would be going for the money. When she's reversed, it's going for the money. Right? And you need to decide whether that is right for you. I know, even at my physical, when I was physically well, there is no way that I could have gone back to a call centre, because it would have destroyed me. Getting out when I did was for my own sanity. That saved me. I could not do that again, right? Even though I am capable of it, emotionally, it destroyed me in a lot of ways. It really did. I was doing things because I had KPIs to hit and targets to hit, and I was not the person. Was getting to the point where I was not able to look at myself and say I was a good human being, because I was flogging people stuff that I didn't think they needed, because those were my targets. And you must have a contract for a boiler repair because you obviously need it, even though you are 78 years of age and are in a property where, you know, you can barely afford the bills that you've got. But I'm here flogging you on the needs of a boiler system. I hated it with every passion. That would be my Queen of Pentacles reversed, right? Again, the cards that are here are very much saying wait and pause and wait and pause. I would say, hang on, let me show you the cards, right? I would say that there is an out, right? The fact that we've got a strength card coming in with this Ace of Cups, this will be doing something that you know isn't going to fulfill you emotionally, right? And this Queen of Pentacles being reversed, this is the deeper levels, right? Almost forget this situation. If you are able mentally to handle the fact that you could go into this job for 3 years, 5 years, and work a job that you do not like, that you hate, and you do it for the money. You literally do a Homer Simpson and you put a photo of Maggie up everywhere in your booth, right? And the reason you are in that job is for your Maggie Simpson, whatever that might be, right? You put those photos up and you tell yourself you fucking hate everything about this job. You hate the job, you hate the company, you hate the people, but you are here for a reason. You are prostituting your energy, your body, your time in a way to do something you hate for that paycheck, right? If that paycheck is something that you need right now, if that financial stability is what you need, then do it. Just make sure that you are able to deal with that emotional. Make sure there is some other form of balance. Make sure there is something else that you do where you look after yourself, because your nurturing element, your peace elements, the parts of you in your soul that I know for you is important. I know that you're being comfortable looking in the mirror and all of that is something that's important. I know who you are as a person is important. You will have to find another way to balance it, okay? Because this is all saying it's doable. It is doable, right? If we again, the Emperor could be your boss in the new place. So let's look at this, right? Intrusive thought, moving to the job. The obstacle is the Emperor, the boss of the new job. Could be being an absolute arse to you. Could make you do things you don't want to do. All of that, right? The Hanged One, when it's reversed, the alternative one could be not to wait. But the fact that this card is about sacrificing yourself for the greater good, it may well be that as uncomfortable as you are, as much as you would hate it, that is what you need to do. And for a lot of people, that's the reality of life, right? If you need to go and do that job, get a better paycheck for a number of years to secure a better pension, to secure a better life for you and your family, fur babies are included as family. If that is what you need to do, then do it. But make sure you put things in place to support your emotional and spiritual self as well. Okay? It is possible. It is possible that this strength, it will take a lot of strength, right? It will take a lot of strength. So what I would say, my darling, is in all honesty, right? The cards aren't happy about it for you. Right, Wispy would not advocate this for you. Thank you for Drissy for subscribing. The cards are not happy for you doing this, right? The cards are like, watch out for your emotional, spiritual self. Wispy would be worried about your long-term soul, if you like. However, there is also an understanding here with that Strength card, with that Ace of Cups. This might be a whole new situation that you are going to, that you will not be emotionally happy with. But again, in a lot of times, just remember that Homer Simpson with pictures of Maggie Simpson all over his booth, because that's the reason he's doing it. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Thank you, Holland. Just listen, my friend. If you do it, book out time, book holidays, book spiritual retreats, book things that you can do to recover your spoons, because just the emotional expenditure of spoons for doing something that intrinsically you hate. Take your Maggie Simpson pictures. Right then, everybody, let's go with another round. Shall we have another round? Just before I do need to throw up no worries. I wish I was there in person, Arlene, because I would give you a proper long reading and we'd chat about it all and everything. But yeah, I hope that gives you some clarity. I think Wispy knows, and Wispy is worried and wants people to be their, fullest whole self and all of that lovely stuff. But sometimes we do have to do what is right for our families and what is right for us financially. And yeah, that's what we need to do. So then, we're going to open up a new round after this. So do please pop your question into the chat, starting with the word question. Don't forget, you are able to jump the queue by sending a super chat. Anything over £8 or $10 will secure you a longer reading, like we just did for Holland. But I also have something else to tell you about. We have a membership scheme here on this channel that I am very, very, very proud of. We are a very small community and the members are so supportive of one another. It is absolutely phenomenal, and you can join that and become part of our lovely little community. And it's a really lovely space where we've got members only live streams and lots of other bits and pieces, and on those live streams the members can request readings that are longer and they don't have to pay and all of this lovely stuff. So if that's something that you would like to help and help the channel and also to get some bits and pieces and perks, then you can do. And you also get some lovely emojis that are unique. And if you want all of that, all you got to do is hit the join button. You've got 30 seconds. Get your questions in, everybody, and one of them will get picked after this.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks, and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
And I remember to unmute the button. At least I hope I did, didn't I? Yes. I couldn't see my thing then. B17, your question is up, my darling. Question. Hey, why is he in my energy? Let's have a look at that. Pin the message to the top. Did it pin? Did it do it? Yes, it did. Why is he in my energy? Let's have a look for you, my darling. So then we're going to do that right now. Don't forget our members only live streams. I did say last week that I would do one on Friday. Of course, I have completely forgotten that Friday is Valentine's Day. So I won't be doing that because me and my lovely other half are going to have a meal. It could be Saturday. If any of the mods are free for Saturday, we might do it on the Saturday, but I will let you all know in the members only space. Okay, so just hang tight. That's the reason I haven't set anything up yet. So then, B17, you're here finally. You are, my darling. So question, why is he in my energy? Let's have a look at that. So here we go then. Let's do this. Let's do it. Oh, no, come on, press the button. Thank you very much. Let's do it to it. So then why does that, is it me or does this keep, it's almost like it keeps going. Here we go. So then we're cleansing your space, B17. Don't forget, if anybody wants a tarot reading, if you don't want to wait for it or take your chance by putting your name in the hat every round, then you can do so by sending it through as a super chat. 10%, so YouTube takes 30% of all super chats and memberships. What's left, 10% goes to the PDSA, which is the one of the animal hospital charities here in the UK, and another 10% goes to the local homeless shelter here in Leeds where we live, and the rest of it goes to pay for running the channel basically, or goes towards running the channel. So yes, so that is where your donations go, in case you are wondering. So then let's have a look. Wispy B17, hey, why is he in my energy? Why is he, whoever that is, in B17's energy? Let's have a little look. So then, don't forget everybody, if you haven't done already, hit that subscribe bell and ding your bell. And change your settings to all. That's so important. Change your settings to all so that everybody, so that YouTube sends you all notifications, by the way. It should send you a notification whenever I go live, but you need to check your settings to all. And if you are watching this, double check you are actually subscribed, because YouTube has a very good habit of unsubscribing people. It recently unsubscribed my second account. So the other channel that we've got for health and beauty, where we put our Slimming World content on and all of that, that channel got deleted from subscribing to this channel. That subscription got taken away. I did not unsubscribe to my own second channel. Do you know what I mean? I did not do that. YouTube did it. So then, anyway, B17, let's have a look. Why is he in my energy? So where you are right now, my darling, 5 of Cups. what you need to know. The Seven of Pentacles, tough choices. Six of Wands to round it out with. So let's have a look. Sit there. Five of Cups. What is the Five of Cups? Cups is your emotional suit. So this is dealing with your emotions. Now, as I always say, anytime we see water in a tarot deck, it involves our emotions. The fact that we've got this deep flood water tells us there is some deep emotions at play at the moment, right? So why is he in your energy? There's some emotional side here. The five, though, is very interesting because you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups atop of this house. These aren't real cups, they are metaphorical cups. But 2 have water in and 3 are empty. 1 is an empty soda pop can. 1 is an empty bottle. And yet 1 is just an empty cup, right? So 3 of them are empty. But what this card is talking about is looking at those empty ones, right? And going, oh, my cups are empty. Oh no, my cup is empty. Mine's almost empty. Oh no, my cup's empty. What you're not realizing is, yeah, 2 of them are broken and smashed. Discard those. You've still got 3. This cup here isn't broken. It's just empty. You've just drunk it all. These 2 cups are still full. There is still a lot of positivity here. Yes, the 5s represent a time of a bit of tumultuousness, a bit of change, a bit of difficulty. But this is a card that is literally saying, look on the silver lining, right? Yes, there might be a cloud right now, but you need that rain. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yes, things might not be great right now, but they could be a hell of a lot worse. This is the card for that, right? And this is where you are right now. This is that situation. Why, for whatever reason he's in your energy, right? He's there because it almost feels like he's there to make peace, or he's there in some way to kind of make amends, or somehow to try and give you a silver lining. Do you know what I mean? There is something here around that. Cups is to do with the emotions. What you need to know, though, is that there is a really difficult choice on board. Pentacles is career, work, finances. Holly, my darling, you will be up next. Thank you very much for the super chat. There is a very big choice here to make with the Seven of Pentacles. Sevens is going to be about those tough choices. Pentacles is all about work, career, finances, or effort. There is something here that takes a lot of effort. It could be a lot of work that's gone into a situation. It could be that there's a lot of finances in play. So why is he in your energy? There is something here that he and you can get out of this, right? There is something here to benefit from. This is definitely looking at I think there is a reward for him, right? He isn't just there out of the goodness of his heart. There is something here that he is struggling to. There is a decision he's trying to make. There is a decision that he's trying to come up with some answers for, if that makes sense, right? So you've got 2 cards that are both here about difficult positions. So it's like he's trying to find answers from you. So whatever it is, whatever this connection is, however he's connected to you, he's trying to find some way of getting the answers and moving forward, if that makes sense. In what field, I'm not quite sure, because that isn't clear, but it could be that there is something here that you need to be aware of, right? In terms of finances or in terms of money. There is something here that he needs either resolving, or there's something that you can help him attain, if that makes sense. And then the outcome card, we've got the 6 of Wands. Now, this does not feel great. This way up would be a hell of a lot better, right? 6 is for me about community, wider groups of people, family, all of that. Wands is about self-esteem, confidence, your security, how you feel about a situation. Can sometimes mean bricks and mortar security, so it could be related to a property or something. I don't tend to read it like that, because for me it's all about those confidence. It's all about all of those ethereal, emotional, self-aware elements of our lives that are more important. The fact that this is reversed, I think there is the red flag for me would be the fact that this is talking about almost how he benefits. Does that mean that you don't? Is this one of those scales where, you know, he puts his share of the pie on and you get less but he gets more? Do you know what I mean? Is it that sort of situation? Is this a situation where both of you can work together to get a better outcome? I'm not sure. It doesn't feel as if this is going to be a positive outcome for a group of people, right? It feels like this is going to end up quite negative for the wider community. So whatever it is he's after, and that can also, as I say, mean family, whatever it is that he's here for, it's like on one side, he wants to make amends. He's seeing that maybe all is not lost. There is still a chance. There is still an opportunity here, but his motives do not feel entirely philanthropic, right? They do not feel entirely at peace, if that makes sense. It feels like there could be something else that he's after. There's an ulterior motive perhaps, and it could well be that actually in the long term, whatever happens with this, the family, the community, your family, your circle of friends, whatever this is relating to, right, your inner circle are somehow going to come off worse off from him being back around. Hopefully that makes sense, B. I hope that helps. It's overall, it doesn't feel particularly great. It really doesn't feel particularly great. It feels, I think at best, you need to have a proper conversation about what it is that he's after, because it feels like there is something here that, you know, he knows that he needs to deal with, and it's almost like he wants you to scratch his back. Not quite sure, you know, what else is there. Oh, no worries, my darling. It makes sense. You needed validation. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. I am blessed by all the gods. If you believe in them, if you believe in one, if you believe in any of them, I do feel, quite often I feel very blessed in my life, actually. I think the universe has looked after me. I haven't got a lot, but what I've got, I'm very, very grateful for. Like a light, a shiny purple light, look. A lovely, bright, shiny purple light. I know, the fact that I can spend £25 on a light, I am very, very blessed. I have had it in my cart since about October, November, possibly like July of last year when I first saw it, and I was like, oh, I really do like it. I really do like it. I really want it. And the fact that it's been in my cart for months and months and months and months before I was like, do you know what? This is the one item. That and The Shepherd's Crook, which is the Terry Pratchett book, the last Terry Pratchett book that he ever wrote. That also has been in my cart. I bit the bullet on that one as well this week. So that should be turning up hopefully tomorrow or Thursday. And I'm going to cry buckets when I read it because it's his last ever book before he died. But that also has been in my cart for about the same length of time. So finally this week I was like, do you know what? I am going to treat myself to a lamp. How ridiculous is that? But anyway, I do feel blessed. Right then, talking about being blessed, we've been blessed with a donation from Holly. Thank you very much, Holly. $9.99, so $10. So as always, YouTube takes its 30%, and then what is left, 10% goes to a local a local animal hospital here in, well, actually it's a charity all over the UK, called PDSA. They help people who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford expensive vet bills, and they treat animals, and if you find like a cat or a dog on the street that needs care, they will care for those animals and try and, you know, get them back to their families and things. They'll treat them first, unlike a lot of vets and places. And also 10% goes to a local homeless charity here in Leeds as well. So thank you very much for that donation. What's coming up for you, Holly, my darling? Let's have a look. So as always, I need to press the magic button. Press the magic button and live by the sea and frolic in the autumn mist in a land of Tennessee. Something like that. Please audition for Stranger Things. My darling, my darling, my darling, my darling, my darling, my darling, my darling. I am the strangest thing you're going to see on the internet. I already am. I know that's not true. I know that's not true, but you know, yay. You love the light, Aquilarius. Good evening to you, my love. Thank you very much. It's so cool. I love it so much. It's purple. It's my pentagram and it's purple. Of course I had to have like this little one here cost me like £4, right? So I'm amazed that it even works. But even that little light, I was like, it just says coffee on it because you know I'm a coffee fiend. So that one there, I was like, I'm not sure. This one, oh my gosh, it took ages for me to get it, and I could have got it in bright red, but I was like, no, I don't want red. I want the purple because it's purple. I'm certainly the strangest friend you have. Right back at you, Holland. Right back at you. Right back. Someone's got to be strange. Listen, on a scale, right, of beige and neon purple, I am at the neon purple end, right? I am very happy being at the neon purple end. If my hair wasn't so horrendous and I had so many issues, I would happily be at the purple end, right? My hair would be neon purple. It has been in the past. I am quite happy being everybody's everybody's marker for where they are on that beige to purple spectrum. I am quite happy being the one that's over here going, yes, I do have pink Dr. Martin boots that I wear, and I'm always wearing some kind of purple. Today it's my skirt. You can't see it, but it's got purple tartan in it. And normally I will have strange and wonderful makeup. Today I'm wearing the Down the Witches Road purple t-shirt with my tarot cards on. Someone said to me at Slimming World, they went, oh, that t-shirt, it's very you. I was like, is it? It's got witches and tarot cards on it. Oh yeah, it's very you, isn't it? I was like, yeah, it's very me, very me. I am happy being that end of the spectrum for people. I am very good at that. Shannon, oh my gosh, I've got your question in as well. Thank you very much for your doodah. Thank you very much for your donation as well. Right then, so I've lost who I was reading for. It's Holly. Right then, Holly, let's look for you, excuse me, for you, my darling. I tell you what, I'm going to let me just sip my coffee. I do apologize. Oh, I nearly went down the wrong. Oh. My coffee nearly went down the wrong hole then. I know it doesn't make sense, does it? Because there's not two holes in the throat. But you know what I mean. Anyway, right. Let's get out digging yourself a bloody hole now, Lisa. Right then, Holly. What's coming up for you, my darling? Wispy, come and save us with some sensible tarot readings. Right, let's look. What's coming up for Holly? We want to know, Wispy. We'll do a deep dive into generally what's happening, where Holly is and what is going on and what is on its way. Okay, so we'll do the standard inverted triangle for Holly. Do your cut. There we go. So then, Wispy, let's see. So where you are, what you need to know, and what the future outcome is. Then we look at the emotion, then we look at the root of the issue. So then, where you are right now. Oh, King of Cups. Ooh, do you have a partner in your life? Is there somebody here that is being represented by the King of Cups? King of Cups brings perhaps husband energy, can also bring father energy or sometimes a boss energy, but this is somebody in your love life area because it's coming with cups, so it's bringing that emotional connection to you. In what you need to know, we've got the Four of Wands. Now that's interesting. Wands is all about security, sense of self, those lovely things, and we've got the Page of Swords coming in terms of the outcome, where you're headed, what opportunities are. So I'll go through those. Let's just see the connection. So between the King of Cups and the Four of Wands, we've got the Page of Pentacles again. Interesting, that's connecting. I'm sure that came up reversed last time. From the Four of Wands to the Page of Swords, we've got the Magician reversed. Interesting. And then the root of everything happening at the moment, what's to come, the Three of Wands. Right, okay, so the King of Cups, as I say, this would quite often represent a oh, Sarah, you've just donated a membership to someone. That's amazing. Thank you. That's ever so kind of you. So somebody's just been given a gifted Aquilarius. It was you, my darling. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, Sarah just donated a membership to you. You're single. This could be, my darling, this could be a father figure or somebody that is in that you are connected to emotionally. So if it's not a current partner, if there is somebody like an ex-partner that you are still heavily involved with, it could even be somebody new that's coming. It could be somebody new that's round the corner, to be honest, as well. But largely it would be somebody who is in some sort of authority or some sort of authority. Somebody that's got a bit of a say in what you do in your relationships and in your life. Do you know what I mean? Somebody that is there as a not a consultant, but somebody who is, if they're not a partner, they're at least somebody that you lean on emotionally. So it could be like a best friend, whatever. It's that sort of vibe, right? But it's normally somebody who you listen to very, very closely. As I realise I'm saying that this person's got a cochlear implant, I don't mean it in that way. I mean it's somebody whose advice you acknowledge and somebody whose advice you respect and you listen to, right? So whoever this person is, there's a couple of things to bear in mind with the King of Cups. One, they've got their shoes off. They are sat on the ottoman at the end of the bed, right? This to me feels bedroom. This is not a lounge. This is not somewhere else. This is an ottoman at the end of the bed that they are sat on. This feels very intimate, right? So the king in this case is somebody that you are emotionally connected to, Holly. The reason that I sometimes say, excuse me, my coffee's repeating on me. I do apologize. The reason I say it can also be a friend is if it's a best friend, if it's that person that is almost family, you know, you go to them in your circle of people in your life, right? They are in your inner circle. They might not be blood related, but they are in your inner circle, right? If it is somebody who presents as masculine or has very masculine energy, then that could be that person, right? If that makes sense for you. Whoever it is, they are kind of around you, and the fact that Wispy's given me this card is to acknowledge that their presence, acknowledge their importance in your life, but also there may be a little hint of something else. There may be a little hint of an interest that goes beyond the friend zone, if that makes sense. There could be something, a little frisson of some other energy coming in. The Four of Wands is what you need to know. Now, this is interesting, right? When I talk about this frisson of energy here, because Wands is all about the spark, right? So in a romantic setting, that spark is it's the love life. It's that, oh, actually, hello, oh my. It's all of that energy, right? And in that situation, it's the four here, because it's reversed, is saying that how can I put it, right? If somebody's got a secret crush on you, they've had it for a while and they're comfortable-ish being friend zoned, right? The Four of Wands is about stability in that confidence area. It's not high up in the confidence thing, so it's not somebody that's like, yay, look at me, I've got it, I'm so flake, I'm you know, look at my riz, I'm blinged out, all of those, right? It's not quite that, but it's somebody who has a very loving concern for you, right? But also that loving concern, if it tipped over into a bedroom concern now and they're going, you know, that might be okay as well. So that's what you need to know, right? The only thing with this is that it feels like that energy, if it's there, has been there for a long time, which means whoever this is already comfortable in that position. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you are somebody who has been in the friend zone for so long, it may well be that you are so used to being friend zoned that you will never step out of it. Do you know what I mean? You will never try and make a move or do anything. If you know who this person is, if you have any kind of feelings or any kind of interest, Valentine's Day is coming up, is all I'm saying. The only thing is be careful, because look, we do have the Page of Swords coming in. Swords are trials, tribulations, challenges, obstacles, hurdles. They are things we learn through. Okay. The Page is very young energy, so very, very naive energy. And the fact that this is reversed is saying that it's something you need to be really careful of, because this things could be taken the wrong way, right? Things could be taken the wrong way. Tread carefully is all I'm going to say with that one. I don't mean they're going to be a stalker. I mean, like, it could be that the relationship is comfortable where it is for a reason. They might have a relationship, or there might be something else going on at the moment. Just tread carefully with that Page of Swords. We've got the Page of Pentacles coming in between the King and the Four of Wands. Now, Pentacles, again, is work, career, finance, is also the amount of effort put in. Page is a childlike energy. This is somebody, I think, that looks at you. I'm holding it up to there. I should hold it up there, shouldn't I? This is somebody that I don't want to say they put you on a pedestal, but they have a very innocent love for you, right? So if this is where that is, and if this card and what the cards are revealing is correct, their love for you isn't necessarily about getting you into the sack, right? It's a very caring, very pure love, right? And it's oh, Wispy, that's lovely. I just realized I don't have Wispy's button. That's lovely. It's okay, you can take it off now. I'm just going to say what I just got. It's the Rufus love, right? Rufus loves me so honestly, and I feel it. It's such a pure love, and that I have for him. It is so pure. It is so, like, I don't want anything of him other than to be his true self and to be his authentic self and to be his, like, who he is. I don't want anything else from him. And he feels the same with me. And it's like, we are just the person for each other. And that this feels that stronger connection with this Page. It is very honest, genuine love, not a love that is all about getting you into bed or about, you know, getting what they want. They are happy to love you from afar, put it that way. We've got the Magician, but the Magician is reversed. This is between the Four of Wands and the Page of Swords. So this is almost saying that this person, if you don't feel the same for them, right, then they are happy. They are not manipulating the situation. The Magician, when it's reversed, can sometimes look at manipulation or gaslighting, changing things. I don't think that is necessarily a worry right now. It's almost like that's a fear. However, the root of all of this is the Three of Wands. Threes are about taking those next steps, right? Taking those next steps forward. Threes are about moving onwards with situations, moving things in a way. This is upright. It's positive. It leads to a more optimistic and a more confident future, right? Because it is upright. The only thing to bear in mind, though, is that if you have any feelings for this king, for this person, don't manipulate them, right? Don't try and twist the situation or anything like that. This is somebody who is coming from a very young, naive, innocent place, and is very open with how they feel to themselves might not be open with that to you, if that makes sense. It does feel, listen, the fact that these cards are coming up at all, right? The fact that these cards are coming up at all would seem to suggest, when you literally ask the question is what is coming up for you, it feels like that. It feels like there is something here that is, I don't know whether they are going to, if you get an anonymous Valentine's Day card on Friday, you might know where it's come from. But this might also be the Friday for you to send an anonymous Valentine's Day card if you are feeling that as well. Okay, I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. Thank you ever so much for your question. Thank you for your donation. It feels, at the moment, tread careful, right? It doesn't feel as if this person is wanting to upset the apple cart by making that first move, right? But I hope that helps. And best of luck to you, my darling, is what I'm going to say. The very, very best of luck to you. So yeah, thank you ever so much for your question. Good evening, Ed. Hello, my friend. I hope you are well. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay, Ed. Oh, no problem, Holly. Thank you. I hope you can take that. Listen, whoever this person is, they just want what's right for you. If you are right for them, then kind of go for it. Do you know what I mean? Go for it. But it made it clear. Oh, thank you, my darling. Thank you. And let us know how things go, Holly. Let us know how things go. Listen, Valentine's Day is the perfect opportunity for anybody out there that has somebody that they've been a bit too shy or a bit too, nervous about saying that they've got feelings for. Valentine's Day is the perfect opportunity to pop a toe in the water and just feel it out, because you can always say, hi, what are you doing on Friday? Oh, you're not doing anything at the moment. You're not going out. Do you fancy going out for a friendly meal? Or maybe not on Friday, but because that's all about Valentine's, but do you fancy going out for a meal? Do you fancy going out for something? Or do you, would you go on a date with me? It's a yes, no answer. So then, you're sat in the car watching the live, Ed. I hope you're warm in the car, my friend. I really, 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 really do. Right then, Sarah, where are you, my darling? I found you. Question, how... Oh, don't click on that. There we go. How will I do with my poppets? Where will be the best place... What? Where will the best place be to sell them? Or will it not be worth your while? I've seen in the chat talk about poppets. I have poppets. I had poppets I made of me and Rufus, and they're very interesting things. They're very interesting things, poppets. For those of you that don't know, if those of you that are just here for tarot who might not know about the other witchy type stuff, poppets are, you would kind of call them voodoo dolls. They're not, but they're similar, right? So it's a doll that is made to reference somebody. So, or that you can... So, look, I've got this bat, right? This handmade bat here that I did from a kit from Witch Casket. A little handmade bat. If I was to have made this in the shape of a person, and say, I don't know, say Bob, right? My anonymous all-person friend Bob came to me and said, or messaged me one day and said, I've got to go to hospital, and I'm really nervous, I've got to have an operation. I might make a little puppet, literally hand-stitched humanoid shape, in green for healing, and I might fill that with some stuffing, but also some herbs for healing, maybe some other bits and pieces that would be good for healing. And say if Bob was having an operation on their heart, I might draw a heart. If Bob was having an operation on their head, I might put their head in a little bandage or something, and then you put them on your altar, and you can... Basically, it's almost like having the person there. You can send healing and all of these things. There are also ways that you can use poppets if you want to send somebody negative energy, but you can also use them for protection, for all sorts of bits and pieces, and they are a very, very traditional magical tool. So yeah, so, and the fact that Sarah makes them sounds phenomenal. So let's have a look. So then I'll do your cleansing bow. This is going to be it. No more questions for tonight, please, everybody. We are now at the point where I'm definitely not going to have time to go into them. Excuse me. So yeah, puppets they're very misunderstood because Hollywood likes to see the idea of a puppet being all about negative energy, and in fact even in voodoo a lot of times they were used for healing and all sorts of other positive energies. It's not all about the negative energy. As a liminal witch, trust me, I've had my fair share of puppets on altars over the years for various reasons, and the majority of them have been positive, so yay. So then, Wispy, Shannon Demdike, the, oh god, I've forgotten the whole long name. Hang on, it's Sarah. It's Sarah. Why won't that pop up? Do I need to click on that? No, I don't want to put you in timeout or anything. Hang on. I know it's down here somewhere. There we go. Shannon Demdike, the Wicker. Shannon Demdike, the Wicker Midnight Crafter. Sarah Wispy wants to know how their puppets are going to do. Where will be the best place to sell them, or will it not be worthwhile? Let's see what we can do with a shall we do we'll do an inverted triangle, Sarah, but I'm going to ask it in slightly different ways. So then, okay, we're going to do what this is a new 3 card. What you have, what you need, no, what you want, and how to get what you want. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. What you have, what you want, how to get what you want in terms of your puppets. And we'll go with it as we do on the second and third layer. Okay, so then, Wispy, let's do the cut. We're going to go with what Sarah has. King of Pentacles. King is in his counting house, counting out his money. There is a financial element here, my darling. This feels positive. This feels positive. This is a good opportunity for money to come your way. This feels good. This feels good. You're asking, will they be successful? Quite possibly. This is good. This is a good omen. What you want. Ooh, okay, we've got the sun's energy, but it is reversed, but that is still positive, but we'll come to why it's reversed. And how do you get what you want? How do you get all of that positivity? Oh, 6 of Wands reversed. Interesting. How do we go between the two? From the King of Pentacles to the Sun, we've got the 2 of Cups. Partner. The 5 of Wands is coming in, connecting the Sun to the 6. That's interesting. And we've got the 10 of Wands reversed as your core, or as your warning. Now, this is fascinating. So then, let's have a look. So, overall, Sarah, what you have, the King of Pentacles is, I think we're talking about not just what you physically have, but ideas and opportunities and all of that. The King of Pentacles is very good because the King of Pentacles is the highest up in the workplace situation, right? And he's upright. This king is all about having the money and counting the money. This is quite a materialistic king, but the benefit of it is that this king also has a lot of financial expertise and financial nous, right? So this is possibly saying, because this is what you have, it's either you or somebody incredibly close to you. So if you've got a partner or a friend or somebody that is very close to you, that is incredibly business minded, speak to them, get them involved, get them on board, even if it's just as, can I pick your brain? Speak to them in that way, right? Because this is something that you have as an advantage. This is a something in your corner, right? This is a positive. It feels very positive. I don't necessarily think that this is coming, that this is you. I do think this is external. So it could be father figure, partner figure, another adult male in your life, or somebody with very masculine energy in your life that is somehow successful in business already, right? Ask their advice, seek out, and if you haven't got that person in your life right now, go and seek them out. Go and seek them out. Find somebody who is a business person in your local area. Ask them questions. How did you get started? What did you do with this? How did you do that? Seek out those people, right? It's very important. This is saying you've already got it in your life. So it's somebody around you, either a friend or a business acquaintance or a family member or a loved one. Somebody in your circle right now has that knowledge. Go and seek them out. The sun in what you want, this is really positive because the sun is all about growth. So you obviously want the business to grow. You want this to be healthy and happy and a really growing business. The sun gives it life. You want this to be something that is a permanent factor of your life. You don't want, you know, poppets and by extension the whole sale of things. You don't want this to be something that is just on a back burner. You want it to be something that is sustainable in the long term. That feels really, really positive. The fact that it's reversed though, the sun, when it's reversed, that energy is still coming in. You just need to be very mindful of processes. You need to be very mindful of doing things in the right way, for want of a better phrase, I guess. Putting all of the steps in place to have that growth be sustainable and maintainable, right? If that makes sense to you. It's talking very much about having that element of having that growth, but not letting it slide, if that makes sense. What am I trying to say with that, Wispy? Give me that again, because it kind of got conflicted. Okay, we're talking about growing. Okay, thank you, Wispy. So in this instance, what you want is long-term growth, not just it's a hot sunny day. You want it to be long-term and sustainable, right? So focus on that. How you get that, we've got the Six of Wands. Wands again is confidence, and the Six is talking about community. How does this tie in, Wispy? Give me this one again. Oh, right. Sorry. Gotcha. Right. So if anybody doesn't know, Wispy is my air dragon that connects with the Akashic Records. I've read this part of the card wrong. It's the winner's laurel. This is not about winning. This is not about a race. This is not about you going up against other people or putting yourself in some kind of challenge against somebody else to proceed, right? This is not about you versus XYZ other businesses. This is about you versus you, right? And this is about you growing and doing your thing. Thank you, Wispy. Thank you. The reason this is reversed is not to look at your competition as competition. You've got a lane. You can quite happily drive your vehicle in your lane, right? If your poppets, if you charge, I don't know, say that your poppets are, say it's this, right? A bit of felt, bit of stuffing, hand stitched, and that's all it is, right? That you might say, if it's a kit, then you might say that's a £5 on Etsy or somewhere, right? £5 to put that together. It will cost you maybe £1 for the felt and the stuffing and everything, right? If for you £5 is a good price and you get a good profit and people buy them, great. However, if I come along and I launch my poppets and they are a bit of felt, a bit of stuffing and some hand stitches, and I charge £3, what are you going to do? Are you going to match me? Are you going to compete price-wise? What are you going to do? If, however, my poppets are this size, but they are with an organic cotton twill blend, which has been hand woven and hand dyed using a range of organic vegetables to create the dyes, and the cotton that I'm using is certified fair trade organic cotton from Happy Little Sheep that I also raised in my own back garden farm, and the stuffing that is used has been wool that has been plucked from the hedgerow around the farm, from the sheep as they were happily playing, and this has been created in a way that is, you know, sustainable, and this is looks exactly the same but has all of those caveats and is sent out by carrier pigeons and is zero, you know, all of the things, right? Carbon free, all of that. It's everything, but it is still the same size and the same basic thing. But if I then charge £10, where is that going to put you on your thing, right? That's what this is saying. Stay in your lane. Work out what you need to do. This is not a competition. Work out what is right for you. When I go to tarot events, I have to work out how comfortable am I with my price. I've seen tarot readers at tarot events charging £45. I've seen tarot readers at tarot events charging £20. Where am I with my level of skills, with the way that I read? Where am I in my pricing? Am I happy to charge what I charge? Will that cover my costs? Am I going to hold out to get £50 for a reading? Am I going to go in at £15? Where am I on that scale? Do you know what I mean? And that is something to consider. So that is for you. That is something to bear in mind, right? That is how you get that growth. Don't look at the competition. So this is what you want, this is what you have. Don't look at that competition, right, in a way that you are comparing what you produce to lots of other people. This is not about that, and therefore you're not going to have that I'm up against these other businesses. You are, but you don't have to be. You when you stand alone. The reason this channel is a slow growing channel and not something that is, you know, has thousands upon thousands of subscribers, is because it is about the personal readings and the videos where it's about the community. It's involving my friends, it's involving authentic people. I'm not here pushing a load of old crap. And I could very easily do generic card of the day videos and videos every month, a monthly, this is a tarot reading if you are a Gemini, with if you are this type. I could do those videos very, very simply, flood the channel with them, and I would grow, this channel would grow very, very fast. It's not what I want. It's not what I want. It's not what I do. I don't do generic. I do personal, individual. And so for me, again, this is my lane. I know what I'm doing. I'm comfortable in it. We grow at the speed we grow. It is what it is. I'm not about, let's, you know, focus on that. In terms of the sort of emotional depth, again, there is something here. This Two of Cups is talking about this emotional partnership. So I don't know whether you make puppets with someone else, or whether there's somebody, whether you have a partner or not, or a best mate or not, but there is somebody here in your circle that you would be very, very good at partnering up with. Excuse me. Right? Emotionally, that will help you in terms of the business. It is somebody that is on your side and is there to help. Be careful in terms of, so they are there to help, right? They are bringing in this business acumen, and they will also help you to grow in that way, right? It's because they're linked to both the business and financial side, but also this growth side, this sun energy. So they are connected to what you have and will help you get what you want. However, the Five of Wands reversed, the Five of Wands, fives are tumultuous. This is, be careful with what you want. Be careful. Make sure that things are going right for you, right? Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see whether you should be selling them on Etsy or eBay or anything like that, because I don't know what the market is. Wispy doesn't know what the markets are for those various ways, right? My gut instinct would say to me, for you to be on every single site you can possibly be on, imaginable, right? And then see how it goes. I tried Etsy. Etsy for me cost me money, was a nightmare to deal with customers, and Etsy charges a lot of money, and I was on there with people doing very similar products at ridiculously cheap prices, whereas I was on it trying to do something authentic. There were lots of, I'm going to buy this on Wish or Temu and flog it over there, and I'm a drop seller, but no one knows. And it was like, okay, that's great, not for me. So this Five of Wands, there's a tumultuous, this is to do with your confidence, and this is to do with, as I say, growth and your self-esteem and how you grow the business, right? For me, this card is given another warning of, yes, you get what you want, but be careful how you go about it, right? The Five of Wands it's a difficult card because what you are doing is choosing the weapons. And I guess this is saying choose wisely, right? Try and whittle down would be my advice, right? So try the different selling places and work out, do you want to pay eBay fees? Do you want to pay, do you want to sell on, what's it called on Facebook? Marketplace. Do you want to sell on eBay Marketplace? Do you want to sell on Etsy and pay those fees? What works best for you? Do you want to have your own website? How are you going to drive the traffic there? Blah, 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 blah. All of that you need to consider. So test it. This is what, like, test the different areas, test the different things, but be very mindful of jumping into one because this is reversed. Don't get overconfident. Thank you, Wispy. Especially because the root of all of this, my darling, be very careful, right? And listen, this is going to sound harsh, right? Not everybody's going to want what you make. Not everybody's going to like what you make, right? The Ten of Wands, as a warning card, it's basically saying, look, you may price your items, you may make something that for you is, each poppet is a handmade creation. It is made lovingly, it is made with, you know, love and affection and care. They are inbuilt with, you know, magical energy. You have them around you. You have them in circle. You imbue them with all of this magical full moon energy or new moon energy, whatever it is for each individual puppet. They are all, you know, hand designed and hand styled for each individual cause. Each puppet takes you 4 hours of work to do. In each one, they are individually blah blah blah. The person buying it might have no care in the world for that. They might be Googling puppet for a spell. Oh, look, I'll have that. It's made with, not this one particularly, but it's made with a bit of cheap felt, a bit of cheap K-pop stuffing, and it's been stitched by a 8-year-old in a sweatshop in China or Bangladesh. I'm fine with that. I just need it to be a look vaguely humanoid and sit on my altar. I'm going to shove some pins in it and write someone's name on it. If you design these 4 hour to make blah 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 ones, right, you have to appreciate the fact that not everybody's going to want that. This Ten of Wands is warning and being cautious for arrogance, right, and overconfidence. Don't rush into things, right? There is that saying, if you build it, they will come. If you market it the right way, they will come. But you need to find that audience. That's why the Five of Wands is there. That's why the Six of Wands is there. You need to carefully find your people, find your audience, find the people that are willing to match the price and will want the items that you make in the way that you make them. Because again, there is an awful lot of stuff that you can buy very cheap on international websites. So I hope that helps, my darling. I really hope it helps. Again, do it in the way that is right for you. Don't expect it to be like an overnight huge success. But in terms of will they do well, that King of Pentacles is very promising. That's in the what you have. I would say, my darling, you say that it's you by yourself. I would say 100% have a look at your circle of friends and your circle of family. Somebody in your close inner circle, very close to you, will have that business acumen or financial acumen that will be able to help you grow that. Not necessarily to partner up with them, but to have that advice and to help you, to help grow. that Two of Cups partner energy. That partnership could be a business partnership, but I think it's a friend that you need to call on for advice and help and support. I hope that helps. The overconfidence thing, Sarah, that isn't a negative. It can be something as it could also, just to throw this out there just before I finish, it could also be because it's reversed, in fact, fuck's sake, it probably is, don't undersell your items as well. Do you know what I mean? If the cost of them is £10 and you've spent 4 hours making something, don't charge £15 for it. Do you know what I mean? Set its price for what it's worth and do it right. But there is definitely somebody in your circle that you need to ask for advice. Definitely 100% somebody that is already in your circle that you need to seek out, because they have got some answers for you. And with that, my darling, I hope that helps. Thank you ever so much for joining me today, everybody. Again, thank you very much for Sarah, Shannon Demdike, the Wicker Midnight Crafter, for your donation, but also for your gifted membership. That is something that is very, very kind. I think I will be able to gift some more memberships, possibly on Sunday. Maybe I'll have a look. I think there's a way. It might not be this week. It might be in a couple of weeks' time. But I think I've got so many that I can do every so often. So I don't know when that is, but I will have a look. And if I can do it, I will let you all know on the Tuesday beforehand. I hope that helps, everybody. Thank you for joining. And listen, I will see you on Sunday, definitely, for the members only live at 6 p.m, if you remember. I will see you at 7 p.m. on Sunday if you just want to come and hang out and have tarot readings on the normal live stream. If for the members, if I can sort out, bearing in mind it is Valentine's weekend, and I know a lot of you will have dinners and dates and everything else planned. If the mods are free, if Rufus hasn't got an elaborate weekend away planned, I don't think he has, but you never know. Or if I have had a really over exuberant Valentine's night, let me put it that way, and there's been a lot of energy expended, then I may need Saturday off to recover, depending on the spoons I expend on Friday night. But anyway, I will let the members know exactly if there is a live stream. I will let the members know. So with that, thanks ever so much for being here. Every screen, both my screens just completely shut down and then turned back on, so I don't know if anybody's still here. But that is it from me, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Have a lovely Valentine's, Galentine's, Palentine's, or what was the other thing I've heard it say? So Palentine's is for pals, for friends. Galentine's is for gal pals, ladies that lunch and all that lot. And Valentine's is obviously Valentine's. There was another one I've heard as well. Oh, Valentine's for the ballers, which I think is groups of guys that go out looking for women to pick up or something. I think that's what they mean by a baller. I don't know. Have a lovely weekend. And I'll see you on Sunday. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And as I always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I will most definitely see you on the next one. Bye bye.